Chip, our first partner in the Prescription Drug Safety Network, you're focused on colleges with us. Talk about what you think the comprehensive solution looks like for your members.
Sure, Tammy, and thanks both to Everfi and The Hill for the opportunity to join you this morning on, obviously, an issue that impacts all of us very, very personally, first and foremost. But then I think what you've heard on this panel and in all the other speakers is sort of the importance of an all-in approach, right? And we didn't get here overnight, and it's going to take the collective effort of everybody within the system. That includes industry. There's a lot of talk, and has been rightfully so, about provider education and training and greater awareness. We felt over a year ago that perhaps not as much of a focus on patient education and awareness and potential patient education and awareness. And that's an important distinction as well. And so in the discussions that we had with Everfi, and again, I work for the Association for Accessible Medicines. By way of background, we represent generic and biosimilar manufacturers. Our commitment is very simple. We want to make sure that patients have access to safe, effective, and affordable medicines. And I underscore the last issue because right now our members are providing, believe it or not, 89% of all prescriptions in the United States, but doing it for only 1/4 of total cost. So we're big believers, as our name suggests, in making sure patients have access to medicine. But increasingly within this epidemic, we also want to make sure that there is not inappropriate access to medicine. And we need to reduce the misuse, as the term is often used. So in looking at that and looking at a place to start, having had a working relationship with Everfi and knowing that their core competency and excellence is in things like sexual assault prevention, abuse, and alcohol abuse on college campuses, we thought there'd be an opportunity to develop a similar program online and make it available to incoming college freshmen. Probably to no surprise for anybody, and I went to college back just after the bicentennial, so longer than I want to admit. But the reality is you have an unbelievable amount of autonomy at that time. And that is both, that creates opportunity, but it also creates some vulnerability. And there was a study done in 2015 that showed that more than 1 out of every 10 college students had admitted back in 2015 that they were using pain medicines for non-medical reasons. So think about, your network of friends in college and how many within that network would potentially be at risk. So we developed this online module leveraging the intellectual capital and expertise of Everfi, and then offered it free to colleges and universities across the country. Tens of thousands, and we started with incoming freshmen, again, because of the vulnerability there. Tens of thousands that just started this fall began and have taken the program. It has expanded through K through 12, as you've heard, and others have joined into the program, which is great, because incoming college freshmen are not the only vulnerable population. But one of the things that we also need to make sure of moving forward is that module, that training module, is then put into practice. And so there are metrics associated with the online program, and 75% of the students that have taken it have reported 2 things that are really important. One, that they are better equipped to sort of know the signs and be aware that they may have a friend or a colleague or somebody who they may be concerned about.